Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask you a question today, a question that's been asked for centuries by philosophers, thinkers, and seekers of truth. What is God? Now, I'm not here to give you a religious lecture. What I want to talk about is the concept of God, not just in a spiritual sense, but in a way that you can practically apply to your own life. You see, understanding what God truly is can be one of the most powerful keys to unlocking your potential and transforming your life. When we speak of God, we're not just talking about a figure in the sky or something distant and unreachable. God is much more than that. God is an energy, a force, a law that governs everything. God is the source of everything you see around you. God is the invisible thread that connects the universe, the law that governs all things. Now, I'm not going to tell you what God must be for you. I'm going to share some ideas about what God can be for you and how understanding these ideas can change your life. Whether you believe in God as a personal creator, a universal force, or simply a higher power that guides the universe, you can still apply these principles to help you create a more meaningful, successful, and fulfilling life. Because if you can tap into what God really is, you can tap into everything you need to create the life you want. What is God? Everything you see, hear, touch, or feel is the result of a higher force, a source of energy and creation that is responsible for all life. This force is not just something abstract, it's the driving power behind everything that exists. When you recognize this, you begin to see the world in a whole new way, full of potential, opportunity, and purpose. Everything happens for a reason. The actions you take today will create the circumstances of tomorrow. God is in the law of cause and effect. What you sow, you reap. This is one of the most empowering truths you can understand, that you have the ability to shape your future by the choices you make today. Whether you call it spirit, intuition, or energy, there is a force within you that guides you toward your purpose. It's that inner voice, the spark of creativity, the strength that keeps you going when things get tough. You are not separate from this energy, you are an extension of it. The more you tap into this power, the more you align with your true potential. One of the greatest gifts you've been given is the ability to choose. God has gifted you with free will. The choices you make, whether small or large, determine the direction of your life. When you make decisions with purpose, based on your values and beliefs, you are aligning yourself with the highest potential for success and fulfillment. Growth is a natural law of the universe. Just as a seed grows into a tree, you too are meant to grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The challenges you face are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Embrace them, because God is in the process of helping you evolve into your best self. At the core of everything is love. Love is the force that connects all things, that heals, that inspires, and that motivates us to do good in the world. When you choose to act from a place of love, whether it's loving yourself, your work, or the people around you, you are aligning with the very essence of what God is. In life, we all face challenges. But it's in those moments of difficulty where God reveals a strength you never knew you had. Your greatest growth often comes from your most difficult experiences. Remember, God doesn't promise you a life free of problems, but God does promise you the strength to overcome them. It's the challenges that forge your character. Finally, God is the path to your ultimate fulfillment. God is not a distant concept, it's a presence you can actively engage with every day. When you align your thoughts, actions, and heart with the principles of truth, love, and purpose, you begin to experience a sense of peace, success, and satisfaction that comes from living a life of purpose. So what is God? God is the source of all creation. God is the energy, the laws, the love, and the power that guides the universe. And most importantly, God is within you. You have the potential to tap into that power and live a life of growth, abundance, and fulfillment. The question is not what is God? The real question is, how can you align with this force to create the life you deserve? God is the source of all creation. Let's begin with a simple yet profound truth. Everything in this world, everything you see, hear, and experience is the result of creation. And behind that creation is a force, a source, a power that made it all possible. That source is God. Now, we may have different names for it, different ways of interpreting it, but the fact remains there is something bigger, something greater that makes all of this work. When you truly understand that, it changes the way you view life, yourself, and your purpose. Think about the universe for a moment. Every star in the sky, every planet, every tree, every mountain, and every person, it all came from somewhere. It didn't just appear out of thin air. There's a blueprint, an intelligence, a force behind all creation. That force is not just something external. It is something that flows through you and through everything. You are connected to it. We all are. God is the energy, the creativity, the design behind the physical world. When you look around, you're not seeing random events unfold. You're seeing the manifestation of a higher order, a grand design. The idea that God is the source of all creation is empowering. It tells you that there is a purpose to this life. There is a reason why things are the way they are. Whether it's the seasons changing, the tides of the ocean, or the cycles of your own life, there's a rhythm, a flow, a divine order behind it all. And that's not something distant or unreachable. It's here. It's now. It's in the very air you breathe. And here's the beauty of this. If you are part of that creation, then you too are part of that divine source. Think about that for a second. The same energy that created the stars, the trees, the mountains, it also created you. You are not an accident. You are a deliberate act of creation. And just as the universe has laws, forces, and principles that govern it, you also have those same laws available to you. The power to create, to shape your world, to build your future, it's in your hands. When you recognize that God is the source of all creation, it shifts your perspective on life. You stop seeing yourself as a small, insignificant piece of the puzzle. Instead, you start to see yourself as a part of something much greater, something meaningful, something filled with purpose. The world around you isn't random. It's not chaotic. It's governed by principles, laws, and forces that you can understand and work with. And when you learn to align with those principles, when you recognize that you too are a creator, you begin to tap into something powerful. You begin to realize that you are not just a passive observer in this world, you are an active participant, a creator in your own right. This understanding doesn't just apply to the physical world, it applies to your personal life as well. Your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs, they all come from that same source of creation. Your ability to create the life you want, to bring your dreams into reality, is not separate from the forces that created the universe. In fact, it's all part of the same energy, the same flow, the same design. When you truly understand this, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. You begin to see that you can create the life you want by aligning with the principles that govern life itself. And the best part? This energy, this power is always available to you. It's not something that's out of reach or reserved for a select few. It's within you. It's in the choices you make, the way you think, the way you act. When you embrace this truth, you step into your power. You realize that the world is full of opportunities to create, to grow, and to achieve. The same force that created the universe is available to help you create the life you desire. And that's a powerful realization. So when you understand that God is the source of all creation, you begin to see life through a different lens. You begin to understand that you are part of something much larger than yourself, an energy that's constantly working, constantly moving, constantly creating. You are not just here to exist, you are here to create. You are here to tap into that divine source and bring your own unique creations into the world. That's the gift you've been given, the ability to co-create with the energy that drives the entire universe. God is the universal law of cause and effect. Let me share something that, once understood, can completely transform the way you approach life, the law of cause and effect. This is one of the most powerful and consistent principles that govern everything in the universe. And what I want you to understand is this: God is in that law. God is the universal law of cause and effect. This is not just some abstract philosophical idea. It's a reality that shapes every moment of our lives. Every action has a consequence. Every word you speak, every decision you make, every thought you think, it's all a cause. And that cause will inevitably lead to an effect. It's the way the world works. If you plant seeds in the ground, they don't just sit there. They grow, they change, they bring forth fruit or flowers. In the same way, every choice you make in life is a seed that you plant. And from that seed grows the circumstances, experiences, and results of your life. Now, the beauty of this law is that it's not arbitrary. It's not random. It's a principle, a force that works every single time without fail. You can't escape it, and you shouldn't want to. When you understand this principle, it becomes one of your greatest tools for success. When you understand cause and effect, you realize that you have control over your life, not in the sense of controlling external circumstances, but in the way you respond to them and decisions you make. Consider this: the life you live today is the result of the choices you made yesterday. The thoughts you held, the actions you took, the people you surrounded yourself with, they've all had an effect on where you are today. And that's the power of the law of cause and effect. Your past has brought you here, but the good news is you can change the direction of your life starting now by making different choices. Every decision you make from this moment forward is a cause that will lead to an effect. So if you don't like the effect you're experiencing in some area of your life, whether it's in your health, your finances, or your relationships, you have the power to change it by changing the causes. Change your actions, change your thoughts, change the things you believe about yourself, and you change the effects you experience. This is where the connection to God comes in. When you understand that God is the law of cause and effect, you begin to see that every action has meaning. Everything you do matters. And not only does it matter for you, it matters for everyone around you. The way you choose to show up in the world, the way you choose to live, to love, to give, to serve has a ripple effect. It touches other people's lives in ways you may never even fully understand. You can be the cause of a positive change in the world simply by making choices that align with your highest values and intentions. And here's the amazing thing: as you make these positive choices, the universe responds in kind. You start to notice that the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances begin to show up in your life. That's not by accident. That's the law of cause and effect in action. The key to mastering this law is understanding that you are the cause. You are the one who creates your future with every thought, every action, and every decision you make. It's not about waiting for things to happen to you. It's about creating the causes that will lead to the effects you want. And the more you begin to understand and apply this law in your own life, the more empowered you become. I want you to think about something. If you want to change your financial situation, don't focus on wishing for more money. Instead, focus on creating the causes that will bring more abundance into your life. Be generous, learn new skills, take action towards your goals every single day. If you want to improve your health, focus on creating healthy habits. Eat well, exercise, get the right amount of sleep. If you want better relationships, then focus on becoming the kind of person you'd want to attract. Be loving, kind, respectful, and trustworthy. The causes you put into the world through your actions, your words, your attitude will always come back to you as effects. And remember, the law of cause and effect works both ways. It doesn't care whether the cause is positive or negative. If you plant seeds of negativity, frustration, and anger, the effects will show up in the form of stress, disappointment, and dissatisfaction. If you plant seeds of gratitude, action, and positivity, you'll harvest joy, success, and fulfillment. It's not magic, it's simply the way the universe works. Every cause leads to an effect. So if you want better effects, focus on planting better causes. God, in this sense, is not some distant, separate entity that controls your destiny. God is the law itself, the force that makes life predictable and actionable. The beauty of this is that it gives you control. You're not waiting around for some divine intervention. You have the power to influence the future by making better choices today. If you can master the law of cause and effect, you can start creating the life you want right now. This is why personal development is so powerful. When you start learning about how life works, when you start understanding the principles that govern your life, you begin to see that you don't have to be a passive observer. You can actively shape your future. By making better choices, by taking better actions, by cultivating the right mindset, you begin to create the life that reflects your highest potential. And that, my friends, is the power of cause and effect. Let's talk about something incredibly powerful: the energy that flows through you. You see, we often think of energy as something external to us, something we have to tap into or harness from the world around us. But what if I told you that the greatest source of energy, the very force that drives everything in the universe, is already within you? I want you to think about it for a moment. The same energy that powers the stars, that gives life to the plants, that causes the seasons to change, that energy is also what flows through you right now in this very moment. This energy isn't just some abstract concept. It's the driving force behind everything you do, everything you create, and everything you experience. And when you learn to recognize it, understand it, and tap into it, you unlock an immense power that has the potential to change your life. The energy I'm talking about is not something you have to go searching for. It's not hidden somewhere far away. It's in your thoughts, in your actions, in your ability to create, and in your ability to grow. It's the same force that motivates you to get out of bed in the morning, the same force that drives you to reach for your goals, to improve yourself, to help others. This energy is part of you. It's the divine spark within you, the source of your creativity, your drive, and your potential. It's what makes you you. Now let's be clear about this. God is that energy. God is the force that flows through every living thing, that propels the universe forward and gives you the power to take action in your life. When you understand this, you begin to realize that you are not just a passive observer in the world, you are an active participant in the creation of your reality. The power to change, to evolve, to achieve is not some far-off mystical force. It's within you, flowing through you every single day. Think about the times in your life when you felt inspired, energized, alive. Those are the moments when you tapped into this energy, whether you realized it or not. It's in your moments of creativity, in your moments of passion, in your moments of purpose. It's the spark that drives you to take action, to push through adversity, and to keep moving forward toward your dreams. When you are aligned with this energy, you are unstoppable. You move with purpose, with confidence, and with clarity. But here's the catch: this energy isn't something that just flows automatically. It's something you have to cultivate. Just like a muscle, if you don't use it, it can become weak. If you don't tap into it, if you don't connect with it, it can feel like it's not there at all. That's why it's so important to nurture this energy in your life. You do this by being mindful of your thoughts, by focusing on what you want to create, by acting in ways that align with your highest values and aspirations. Every choice you make is a way of channeling that energy. Every thought, every word, every action is a way of either tapping into this divine flow or blocking it. You can either fuel your energy by thinking positive, empowering thoughts, or you can drain it by focusing on negativity and fear. When you choose to focus on what you want, when you take action with purpose and confidence, you align yourself with the divine energy that already exists within you. And that's when the magic happens. That's when doors start opening, when opportunities begin to appear, and when you start seeing results in your life that were once only dreams. But here's the key: you have to believe that this energy is real. You have to trust that the same force that powers the universe is also the force that powers you. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, to think of ourselves as small, insignificant beings in a vast and complicated world. But when you recognize that you are an extension of the very energy that created everything around you, you begin to see yourself in a completely different light. You are not powerless. You are not just a victim of circumstance. You are a co-creator with the divine force of the universe, and you have the power to shape your life however you choose. This is why it's so important to feed your mind with positive thoughts, to take inspired action, and to believe in your own potential. When you focus on personal growth, when you focus on your purpose, when you focus on serving others, you are consciously tapping into that divine energy. You are aligning yourself with the flow of life, with the power that drives everything forward. The more you align with this energy, the more energy you have to create to grow and to succeed. And you'll notice that when you're in tune with this energy, things start to flow more easily. It's like the universe begins to conspire in your favor. You find solutions to problems more easily, you become more creative, and you begin attracting the people and opportunities you need to move forward. This is the law of the universe in action. When you tap into your true energy, when you align with your highest purpose, things start working in your favor. But don't wait for the perfect moment. The energy you need is already within you. Every day and every moment you have the opportunity to tap into this power, to connect with the energy that will move you closer to your goals. All you have to do is take action. Act as if the energy is already flowing through you. Move with confidence, move with purpose, and watch as the world begins to respond. In conclusion, I want you to know this: God is not a distant force that's removed from your life. God is the very energy that moves through you, that drives you, that empowers you to create, to grow, and to achieve. It's in every breath you take, in every thought you think, and in every action you take. When you align yourself with this energy, you unlock your highest potential and begin to create the life you were meant to live. The power is in your hands. The energy is within you. It's time to tap into it. God is the power of choice. Let me share with you a concept that, when fully understood, has the potential to change everything in your life. It's the power of choice. The ability to make decisions, to choose your thoughts, your actions, and your path in life. This is one of the greatest gifts you've been given. The truth is, God is in the power of choice. God is not a distant force controlling your every move. God is the freedom, the wisdom, and the strength behind the choices you make every single day. The power of choice is something we often take for granted, but when you really stop and think about it, you realize just how profound it is. Every day we are faced with decisions. Every minute, every hour we are making choices, whether big or small. Do you realize that in each one of those choices there lies an immense power to shape your destiny? The decisions you make today in this moment will determine where you are tomorrow. And that power lies within you. It doesn't matter where you've been or where you come from. What matters is where you're going, and the choices you make today will get you there. You are not bound by your past. You are not a prisoner of your circumstances. The power of choice gives you the freedom to change your life, to create the future you want, and to live in alignment with your highest values. The beauty of choice is that it is always available to you. Every moment is an opportunity to choose. Whether it's a choice about how to respond to a challenge, a choice about what you believe about yourself, or a choice about how you treat others, each one of these decisions carries the potential for transformation. When you embrace this, you realize that you have control over your own life. No one else can make your decisions for you. Your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, they're all the result of the choices you make. It's important to understand that choice doesn't just happen at a conscious level. It happens at a subconscious level too. Your beliefs, your habits, your default ways of thinking, they all influence the choices you make. That's why it's so important to examine your thinking and take responsibility for your mindset. Are you choosing thoughts of abundance, growth, and possibility? Or are you choosing thoughts of scarcity, limitation, and fear? The good news is you can change your thoughts, and by changing your thoughts, you change your choices. And when you change your choices, you change your life. God has given you the power to choose how you show up in the world. The question is, are you choosing to show up as your best self? Are you choosing to act with integrity, to pursue your dreams with passion, and to make decisions that align with your highest vision for your life? Or are you allowing the circumstances of life to dictate your choices? The most successful people in life are those who take responsibility for their choices, who consciously decide how they will respond to the events around them, and who make choices that move them toward their goals, even when the road gets tough. The power of choice is also about understanding that no one else has the right to make your decisions for you. Sure, you may be influenced by others, by friends, family, society, or even the media, but at the end of the day, the choice is yours. The responsibility is yours. You are the author of your own story, and the pages of that story are written with every decision you make. Let's talk about how this plays out in your everyday life. If you want to improve your health, it's up to you to choose to eat well, exercise, and take care of your body. If you want to improve your relationships, it's up to you to choose to show up with love, kindness, and respect. If you want to achieve your financial goals, it's up to you to choose to save, invest, and educate yourself about money. You see, success in life doesn't come from waiting for the perfect circumstances. Success comes from making the right choices day in and day out. But it's not just about making good choices in the big moments. The power of choice is in the small, everyday decisions that you make. The choice to get up early, to work on your goals, to practice gratitude, to learn something new. It's in these small decisions, repeated over time, that your life begins to take shape. The life you're living today is the result of the choices you made yesterday, and the life you'll be living tomorrow is determined by the choices you make today. Now, you might be thinking, but what about the things that happen to me? What about the circumstances I can't control? And I understand that. Life will throw challenges your way, things you didn't expect, things you can't control. But here's the truth. While you can't always control your circumstances, you always control how you respond to them. And that's where the power of choice lies. It's in your response. You can choose to face adversity with strength and resilience, or you can choose to let it defeat you. You can choose to learn from your failures, or you can choose to give up. The choice is always yours. And here's something else to remember: when you make choices aligned with your values and your vision for your life, you tap into a deeper, more powerful source of energy. It's as if the universe starts to conspire in your favor, because when you choose with purpose, you create momentum. The right people start showing up, the right opportunities begin to appear, and things start moving in the direction you want. That's not luck, that's the power of choice in action. So when you understand that God is the power of choice, you begin to realize that you are never powerless. You are never a victim of your circumstances. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. You have the power to choose your future. The choices you make today are not small. They are the building blocks of the life you will create tomorrow. You have everything you need inside you to make the right choices. The power is in your hands. So choose wisely. Choose with purpose. Choose with intention. And remember, the life you're living today is the result of the choices you made yesterday. The life you'll live tomorrow is up to the choices you make today. God is the law of growth and progress. I want to share with you a principle that is at the heart of everything that happens in life: the law of growth and progress. It's the force that drives all living things, the underlying power that propels us forward in our journey. It's the reason that seeds grow into trees, that a child develops into an adult, and that a person over time can transform their life. God is the law of growth and progress. The law is not static, it's dynamic, ever expanding and ever present. It's at work all around you, and if you understand it, you'll see that growth and progress aren't just possibilities, they are inevitabilities. Think about the world around you for a moment. Everything that is alive is constantly evolving. The plants grow taller, the seasons change, the days grow longer or shorter. This is the natural order of life, the law of growth. It's not just some random event. It's a law that governs all things. It's a rhythm, a process, a pattern that cannot be stopped. Whether you are aware of it or not, this law is at work in your life as well. You are either growing or stagnating. You are either progressing or regressing. There's no such thing as standing still in life. Now, the most exciting part of this law is that growth and progress are not just confined to the external world. They apply to you personally, to your mind, your character, your skills, and your potential. The key to unlocking the power of growth is recognizing that you have the ability to progress in any area of your life. No matter where you start, no matter where you are, you can grow. And the way to do that is to embrace the law of growth with intention. You see, God is the energy that fuels your growth, the very force that drives you to improve, to learn, to evolve. The law of growth isn't just about getting older, it's about getting better. It's about consistently improving yourself, expanding your horizons, and challenging your limits. The universe doesn't stop growing, and neither should you. The plants don't stop growing halfway to their potential, they reach for the sky. And you should do the same. You have unlimited potential within you, but you have to decide to grow. You have to decide to embrace change, to improve your habits, to develop new skills, and to expand your understanding. It's important to understand that growth is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Just like the seed that grows into a mighty tree, the progress you make today might seem small, but over time, it compounds into something incredible. Every little effort you make today, no matter how insignificant it seems, is building the foundation for tomorrow. The small actions you take consistently over time will lead to big results. This is the law of growth and progress in action. But here's the thing about growth: you cannot grow if you're not willing to change. Growth demands change. If you want to progress, you have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone, to try new things, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. The people who stagnate are the ones who cling to their old ways of thinking and doing things. They refuse to change, and as a result, they stay stuck. Progress, however, is for those who embrace change, those who understand that every failure is a lesson and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Consider this: if you want to grow in your career, you need to invest in your learning. You need to develop new skills, stay current with industry trends, and build relationships. If you want to grow in your health, you need to focus on improving your diet, exercising regularly, and nurturing your well-being. If you want to grow in your relationships, you need to show love, build trust, and communicate effectively. It's the same for every area of life. Growth requires effort, learning, and continuous improvement. But there's a deeper aspect to this law of growth. Not only does it apply to your outer world, but it also applies to your inner world. As you grow outwardly, your character, mindset, and emotional intelligence must grow as well. God is the law of progress, not just in your achievements, but in your personal evolution. The more you grow as a person, the more you can contribute to the world. The more you grow emotionally and spiritually, the more peace, joy, and fulfillment you experience. And the more you progress in your mindset, the greater your ability to face challenges and overcome adversity. Personal growth is a holistic process, one that touches every aspect of your being. Growth isn't always easy. In fact, it often requires effort, discipline, and persistence. It's like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it becomes, but you've got to keep pushing, keep training, and keep improving. The law of growth teaches you that progress is a journey, not a destination. There will always be new challenges, new levels to reach, and new growth to achieve. And if you stop growing, you stop living. When you stop progressing, you begin to stagnate. The law of growth and progress also teaches us patience. It's important to remember that not every day will bring massive breakthroughs, but every day can bring small improvements. You may not see the results of your efforts right away, but keep going. Trust the process. The more you invest in your growth, the more progress you'll make. And just as the tree doesn't bloom all at once, your personal progress will unfold over time. The key is consistency. Keep watering your growth, keep nurturing your mind, body, and spirit, and soon enough, you'll see the fruits of your labor. Another important principle to remember is that growth is not linear. Sometimes you'll take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Sometimes you'll encounter obstacles or face challenges that seem insurmountable. But don't let those moments discourage you. Remember that setbacks are part of the process. They are not signs of failure, but opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Embrace them. Trust that these challenges are simply the universe's way of helping you become better, stronger, and more resilient. The law of growth and progress is the law of life itself. Everything in the universe is in a constant state of growth and evolution. The stars, the planets, the trees, the animals, all of life is evolving. And you as a human being are part of that process. You are here to grow, to learn, to create, and to contribute. The choice is yours. Will you embrace the law of growth and progress and commit to becoming the best version of yourself? Or will you resist and stay stuck in the same place, afraid of change? I encourage you to embrace this law, to understand that growth is your birthright. The law of growth and progress is always at work in your life. All you have to do is trust the process, take action, and be patient with yourself as you continue to grow. The future you are creating today will be a reflection of the growth and progress you choose to make. You are the one in charge of your progress. Keep growing, keep moving forward, and the world will open up to you in ways you never imagined. God is the presence of love. Love is a powerful force, and yet so often we overlook its true impact. We talk about love, we feel it, we express it in different ways, but how often do we realize that love is not just something we give or receive? It is the very force that drives everything in the universe. Love is the presence that infuses life with meaning. God is the presence of love, not as an abstract concept, but as the living, breathing energy that powers everything we do. Love is not just a feeling or an emotion, it is an energy, a force, and a principle that shapes our reality. It's the greatest power you have access to. Think about this. What is it that connects you to other people, to the world around you, and to your deepest purpose? It's love. Think about the people you admire most. What is it that draws you to them? It's their capacity to love, to care, to show up with compassion and kindness. When someone is operating from a place of love, they are magnetic. They inspire others, they create opportunities, they build connections, and they spread positivity. Love is the force that attracts, creates, and sustains life. At its core, love is not about what you get, it's about what you give. It's about choosing to show up in the world as your best self, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of others. When you operate from a place of love, you are aligned with the very fabric of life itself. Love doesn't have conditions. It doesn't operate from a place of scarcity or fear. It operates from a place of abundance, of giving, of selflessness. When you give love, it multiplies. It doesn't deplete you, it replenishes you. It fills you up in ways that nothing else can. You see, love is not something that comes and goes. It is a constant presence. It's always available to you. And here's the thing, you get to choose whether you tap into that energy. You get to choose whether you let love guide your decisions, your actions, and your relationships. It's easy to get caught up in the busy day-to-day grind, to focus on what's not going well, or to get frustrated by challenges. But when you remember that love is present at every moment, you start to make different choices. You begin to ask yourself, what would love do in this situation? How can I show up with more love in this moment? Love is also a force that heals. When you operate from a place of love, you release judgment, you release anger, resentment, and fear. These things may come up, but love is the antidote. When you choose love over fear, over doubt, over resentment, you tap into a healing power that can transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Love is the presence that dissolves barriers between people, between cultures, between nations. It's the common thread that unites us all. It's what makes us human. The presence of love is also what empowers you to move through adversity. Life isn't always smooth. We all face challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. But when you know that love is present, you find strength. When you come from a place of love, you can turn obstacles into opportunities. You can transform challenges into lessons. And you can rise above any situation with grace, dignity, and resilience. The most successful people, the happiest people, the most fulfilled people, they all share something in common. They understand that love is the key to lasting success. They understand that when they lead with love, they build trust, create strong relationships, and inspire loyalty. They know that no matter how successful they become, the foundation of their success is love. Love in how they treat others, love in how they show up for their family, love in how they serve the world. But let me ask you, are you operating from love in your life? Are you showing love to those around you? Are you showing love to yourself? Because you can't truly give love if you don't first give it to yourself. It's easy to get caught up in negative self-talk or to beat yourself up when things don't go right. But that's not love. Love starts with you. When you love yourself, you create a foundation of strength, of confidence, of resilience that allows you to give love to others in abundance. And here's something important to understand. Love isn't always about grand gestures or big, sweeping acts. Sometimes love is the quiet, consistent care we show every day. It's in the small things, the way you listen to someone, the way you offer a helping hand, the way you support your loved ones. Love is in the moments that no one else sees, the things you do when no one is watching. These are the moments that matter the most. Love is the energy that fuels greatness, and greatness is not built in grand moments of fame or success. It's built in those quiet, everyday moments when you choose to be kind, to show care, and to show up with love. One of the greatest ways to tap into the presence of love is through gratitude. When you choose to focus on what you have, on the blessings in your life, and on the positive aspects of the people around you, you invite more love into your life. Gratitude opens the door to love. It shifts your perspective. And when you focus on the good, you attract more good into your life. It's a law of the universe. You get more of what you focus on. So when you focus on love, you get more love. Another beautiful thing about love is that it is endless. There is no limit to it. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you give, the more you feel fulfilled. You don't run out of love. There's no shortage. It's an infinite resource. The world may sometimes seem divided, full of conflict, misunderstanding, and fear. But you have the power to bring people together through love. You have the power to make the world better, one act of kindness at a time. So what I want you to take from this is simple: love is the most powerful force in the universe. It's the presence that flows through everything, and it's the energy that connects all of us. You have the choice to show up with love in every situation. You have the power to decide that love will be your guide. You have the opportunity to make love the foundation of your success, your happiness, and your legacy. When you choose love, you choose to live in harmony with the universe. You choose to align yourself with the very force that creates, sustains, and transforms life. The more you give love, the more you will receive. So make love your guiding principle. Let it be the source of your actions, your decisions, your relationships, and your success. Because when you live from a place of love, everything in your life will begin to unfold in ways you never thought possible. God is the strength in adversity. Life is not always going to be easy. If anyone has ever promised you that the road would be smooth, they were mistaken. The truth is, adversity is a part of the journey. It's a natural and inevitable aspect of life. No one escapes it. But here's the good news: adversity is where strength is born. It's in the difficult times, the challenging moments, the obstacles and setbacks that you find your true power. God is the strength in adversity. It's in those times of struggle that you are given the opportunity to tap into a deeper, more resilient version of yourself. If you look around, you'll see that every great success story is also a story of overcoming adversity. It's never the easy paths that make people strong. It's the tough roads, the challenges, and the moments when everything seemed impossible that create champions. Think about it. Some of the most resilient, most successful people you know have gone through hardships. They've faced pain, loss, rejection, and failure. But they didn't let those moments define them. They let those moments refine them. They chose to rise above, to press forward, to find strength in the struggle. Adversity is the crucible in which your character is forged. It's in the tough times that you discover who you truly are. You can't build strength in comfort. It's the weight that makes you stronger. It's the resistance that builds your muscle. Life's challenges are the resistance you need to become your best self. Without adversity, you would never experience the kind of growth that makes you unstoppable. Now, I know that when you're in the middle of a tough situation, it can feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. It can feel like there's no way out, no solution, no hope. But that's the illusion of adversity. Adversity does not define your limits. It reveals your potential. It shows you just how much you are capable of. It forces you to dig deep and find reserves of strength, courage, and creativity that you didn't even know existed. Think about the greatest athletes, the most accomplished entrepreneurs, and the most inspiring leaders. They didn't get to where they are because everything was easy for them. No, they got there because they faced challenges, they encountered setbacks, and they chose not to give up. They found their strength in adversity, and so can you. When life gets tough, that's when you have the opportunity to step up. That's when you get to decide what kind of person you're going to be. Are you going to be someone who shrinks back, someone who gives in to fear and doubt, or are you going to be the one who rises above, who faces the challenge head on, and who refuses to let adversity defeat them? The choice is yours. And let's be clear about something: strength is not the absence of fear or difficulty. Strength is not about having it all figured out or never feeling overwhelmed. Strength is about how you respond when the going gets tough. It's about taking action in the face of uncertainty. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about trusting that you have what it takes, even when you can't see the end of the road. The real question is not whether adversity will come, it will. The question is, how will you respond? Will you shrink from it, or will you rise to meet it? Will you let adversity break you, or will you allow it to build you? You are stronger than you think. You have the resilience, the fortitude, and the inner strength to weather any storm. And when you come out on the other side, you'll be better, wiser, and more capable than you ever were before. Here's another important thing to understand. You don't have to go through adversity alone. God is the strength that carries you through. In your moments of struggle, in your moments of doubt, you are not alone. There is a greater force within you, a force that is always present, always available to help you through the toughest times. It's in those moments when you feel weakest that you can tap into your greatest strength. You are never truly powerless, even in the darkest of times. The strength you need is already within you. It just needs to be activated. And remember, you are not defined by your circumstances. Adversity may challenge you, but it does not have to define you. You are defined by how you respond to those challenges. It's in your response that your true character emerges. When life throws you a curveball, you can either let it knock you down or use it as fuel to rise higher. The choice is always yours. God is not found in your comfort zone. God is found in your courage, your determination, and your ability to rise when you feel like staying down. Let's talk about how to find strength in adversity. First, it starts with mindset. Your mindset is everything. If you approach adversity with the mindset that it's a sign of defeat, then it will defeat you. But if you see it as an opportunity for growth, as a challenge to overcome, you will find a way to rise. Success is not about avoiding difficulty. It's about mastering the art of overcoming it. When you shift your mindset, you shift your experience of adversity. Second, take action. Action is the antidote to fear. When things get tough, it's easy to get paralyzed by fear, anxiety, or overwhelm. But action moves you forward. Even if it's a small step, take action. As you move through adversity, you will start to see opportunities that you might have missed if you stayed stuck in fear. Third, ask for help when you need it. There is no shame in reaching out. In fact, asking for help shows strength, not weakness. It takes courage to admit that you need support. No one succeeds alone. Seek advice, guidance, and encouragement from people you trust. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who remind you of your strength, and who help you see the way forward. Finally, hold on to your vision. Adversity will test your commitment to your goals, but it cannot take away your vision unless you let it. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep moving forward, even when it's hard. Keep the end goal in sight, and let that vision propel you through the tough times. Adversity is temporary, but your commitment to your vision will carry you through. Let me leave you with this: strength is not found in the absence of adversity, but in how you handle it. When you face adversity with faith, with action, and with a belief in your own strength, you will come through it stronger than ever. God is the strength that carries you through every trial and challenge. Lean into it, trust it, and use it as fuel to propel you to greater heights. You have everything within you to face whatever challenges come your way. And when you choose to rise, when you choose to press forward with strength and determination, there is nothing that can stop you. The strength to overcome adversity is yours for the taking. Use it, harness it, and become the person you were always meant to be. God is the path to fulfillment. We all want to feel fulfilled in life, don't we? Deep down, every one of us is searching for that sense of purpose, meaning, and contentment that makes us feel truly alive. But here's the thing: fulfillment isn't something you can buy or simply acquire through external achievements. Fulfillment is not a destination that you reach after ticking off all the boxes on a to-do list. Fulfillment is a journey, and it's a path that is woven into the very fabric of who you are. And the truth is, God is the path to that fulfillment. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about a distant, abstract idea of fulfillment, something that's far out of reach or only attainable by the lucky few. What I'm talking about is the deep inner sense of satisfaction that comes when you are in alignment with your purpose, when you are living according to your true values, and when you are contributing to something greater than yourself. God is the force that helps you find that path. It's the energy that moves you toward the life you were meant to live. There is a natural rhythm to fulfillment. It's not about chasing after things endlessly, accumulating more stuff, or constantly seeking approval from others. True fulfillment comes when you step into who you are meant to be and begin to align your actions with your deepest values and purpose. God is the guiding presence that helps you recognize this path, the path that leads you to live authentically, in harmony with your true self. The first step on this path is to realize that fulfillment is a choice. It doesn't just happen by accident. It's something you actively create by how you think, how you act, and the decisions you make. You see, so many people are waiting for the perfect circumstances to feel fulfilled, waiting for a promotion, waiting for the right partner, waiting for the right moment in time. But fulfillment doesn't work that way. It's not something you wait for, it's something you actively pursue. You create your own fulfillment by how you live each day. It all starts with a clear sense of direction. God is the compass that helps you find your true north. The path to fulfillment begins when you decide to live with purpose, when you stop living just for the next paycheck or for someone else's approval, and instead start living for your own deepest values and desires. What's truly important to you? What legacy do you want to leave? What will make you look back on your life with pride, with gratitude, and with peace of mind? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. And the answers don't lie in what the world tells you to chase, they lie within you. Now let's talk about the next step, growth. Fulfillment is never a state of arrival, it's a constant process of growth. The more you grow as a person, the more fulfilled you feel. The more you develop your mind, your skills, your character, and your ability to serve others, the more fulfilled your life becomes. But this growth doesn't happen by accident either. God is the force that calls you to expand, to be better than you were yesterday, to learn, to improve, and to reach for higher heights. You can't sit back and wait for fulfillment to come to you. You've got to work for it. And the work is ongoing. There is always another level of growth, always another challenge to overcome, always a new opportunity to stretch your potential. But here's something important. Fulfillment is not about achieving perfection. It's not about being the best at everything or having it all figured out. It's about becoming the best version of yourself day by day, step by step. God is the presence that helps you be patient with your progress and gives you the strength to keep going. Even when the road gets tough, there will be setbacks along the way. There will be mistakes, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. True fulfillment comes from embracing the journey, not just the destination. Another critical aspect of fulfillment is contribution. You will never feel fully fulfilled if you're living only for yourself. The key to true happiness and satisfaction is serving others, making a difference in the lives of those around you, and contributing to something greater than your own personal goals. God is the force that calls you to serve, to give, to be part of a larger mission. Whether it's in your career, in your family, in your community, or in the world at large, fulfillment comes when you recognize that you're part of something much bigger than your own needs. When you focus on adding value to others' lives, you discover a deeper sense of satisfaction that is far more lasting than any material achievement. Think about the people you admire most in life. Chances are, they're people who have found fulfillment by serving others. They are people who have committed themselves to a greater purpose, whether that purpose is their family, their community, or their work. Fulfillment doesn't come from taking, it comes from giving. The more you give, the more you receive, not just in terms of material wealth, but in terms of joy, peace, and a sense of meaning. And while you're on this path to fulfillment, don't forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. God is in the details, the little moments of progress, the small victories, the incremental improvements. So often we overlook the small wins because we're too focused on the big goal, the final destination. But fulfillment is found in the present, in the little steps you take each day. When you can find joy in the journey, you'll discover a sense of fulfillment that doesn't depend on any external circumstances. True fulfillment is about feeling content with where you are, even as you work toward where you want to go. Another important piece of the puzzle is self-love. You cannot be fulfilled if you don't first love and accept yourself. Too many people look outside themselves for validation, for approval, for fulfillment. They chase after external sources of happiness, whether it's the approval of others, material success, or even fleeting pleasures. But the truth is, true fulfillment comes from within. It comes from loving yourself, from knowing your worth, from being at peace with who you are, flaws and all. God is the love that helps you embrace your own greatness, to see yourself as worthy of all the good things that life has to offer. Finally, fulfillment comes from living in harmony with your values. When you live in alignment with your beliefs, when you make choices that are congruent with your deepest convictions, you feel at peace with yourself. God is the force that aligns you with your true values, the guide that helps you make choices that bring you closer to your purpose. When you live in alignment with your values, there is no inner conflict, no tension. You feel clear, confident, and content. You are living the life you were meant to live. Let's wrap this up with this thought. Fulfillment is a choice, a path, and a journey that you create every day. It's not a prize you win, it's a way of living, a way of being. The path to fulfillment is paved with growth, contribution, service, self-love, and alignment with your highest values. God is the path that leads you to fulfillment, and the strength you need to stay on it. Every day you have the opportunity to take another step toward a life that is rich with meaning, purpose, and joy. So don't wait for fulfillment to come to you. Take the first step today, live with intention, and walk the path that will lead you to a life of profound fulfillment because you were made for it.